Welcome to Waco, Texas, home of the Baylor Bears at McLean Stadium. Boats lining the brazos as the Baylor line is ready to welcome the Bears onto the field. And the Jayhawks will kick it away to start us off. He'll call for the fair catch here. So Baylor's offense is on the field for the first time today. And there he is, a man who makes an entire stadium hold its breath every time he touches the ball, Jesse.
This defense better have a lot of breath in this game, too, because he gets better as the game goes on. He's the kind of guy, David, who can wear a defense down.
And he is the primary focus. That's what this defense is focused and keyed in on. We got to stop him if we're going to have success today.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Looking for room at the 40. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To throw, it's Hawkins. He's right on target. And they finally... Not before the good catch and run.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Snap it to the back. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be third down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it, open.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. The Bears will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Got a man. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So a drive there of 84 yards, and the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Jayhawks offense will take the field for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the left. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line. The Jayhawks want to move quickly.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield.
Trying to set up the screen, and he throws the interception. Bringing it back. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Baylor!
And how about that play by this defense? Reading the running back, coming out of the backfield, breaking on the football, making the pick, and then walking himself into the end zone for a touchdown.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Kansas offense returns to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Now the pitch. At the 45 on its way. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. And the Jayhawks will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Going to try to get it himself. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Now on 2nd down. The give to the back. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the 1st down. The Jayhawks are moving quickly down the field. Goes to the option. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. It's been a rough start for these guys, and you look down the schedule in the Big 12, there aren't many soft landing spots.
Well, no doubt about it. This team has had some bad breaks early this year in Big 12 play, but they've got to make good things happen, David. They've got to do a better job of executing offensively, defensively, and on special teams, and it's got to start today.
Yeah, finding a way to make those critical plays. Because, you know, what do you know in the Big 12? There's always going to be a lot of scoring, right? And they've come up short, but I think as you find yourself throughout the season, you got to realize, I got to build those confidence. I got to make those plays, and once you do it once, and maybe it happens today, you start to build that confidence.
He'll pull it down. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the 1st down with your feet can be. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. They're bringing heat. He's got it. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. Coming up on this red zone opportunity. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Kennesaw State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to at KSU. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bears! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Caught close to the marker. It's Santiago.
The pass on
36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides to the back. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Jayhawks will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. And the returner will be brought down. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score. David, see if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, Dave. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch at the 25. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. They'll keep it on the ground. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. The give to the lone running back. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. He's looking to throw. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. He'll take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. And the Bears will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line.
Really nice job there by the punter on that one, getting a lot of hang time and allowing the Gunners to get down the field so they could play it off the bounce, down it. Nice coffin corner kick.
Leaves it with the back. Strong run there to pick up 4 and get it out to the 7.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nice move there. He's got a little room. He'll pick up 6 out to the 13.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Jayhawks will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. No fair catches here, looking for room. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying to get to it. He just got rid of the football. Not sure what he was doing, and they're going to get him for grounding.
Intentional grounding. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Unloads it downfield. And it's caught inside the 15. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
Great throw, great catch. I know you smelt the pylon and you wanted to get in the end zone, but now you got 1st and goal set up in a great position to succeed.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant 1st half performance. Quarterback wedging it in there on the quarterback sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
Yeah, coming into the game. Listen, you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
will take over.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Well, when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
On second down, wants to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. And the Jayhawks want to crank the tempo. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
To the air, it's Hawkins. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole, and you just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need...
He lofts one down the sideline. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Kansas offense returns to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He wants to throw here on second down. Quick completion on the out. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And he runs a quick out route. And this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Fires to the wide out. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Waco.
The Bears will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Third down play from the gun. Grabbed over the middle. It's Santiago. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
From the gun, running back on the move. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Just outstanding vision from the young freshman on that run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
42 Spider. 4-2.
Fullback's got it. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Went to the running game on first down, now second down. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Pressure coming. Complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. The Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
First down for the offense.
Leaves it with the running back.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He's looking for an open man on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Santiago. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
Well, the drag route's put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for...
Fires toward the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Quick pass on the fly motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. This is a designed run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Pulls and fires complete. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
The give to the tailback. And they went right back to him, and he went right back down. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
The last 2 runs went headlong into a brick wall. Now 3rd and 10. Back to throw. It's Hawkins. Lofts one high and deep. Makes the catch down the right side. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Baylor! And the beatdown has ensued.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Stanford managed to eke out the victory in a tighter-than-expected one. And they'll savor this one in Palo Alto for some time, no matter the final score. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Finding just enough room to slither and juke his way out to the 16. Then back in their own end, a 3rd and short from the 16. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Jayhawks send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll try to field the punt to see if he can give his offense better field position. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play, because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the 1st down.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. And the Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. They're going to run it. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The give from the gun. Headed to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Bears have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Bears! And the stomping has commenced. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller... These guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll go to the ground. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. What a nifty run there to pick up the...
This is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed, that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
The give as they work on that clock. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. And the Bears look to do some damage in the red zone. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down.
Get set, get set.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. He wants to throw. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, just keeps firing. Coming after it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. They come to the line, facing third and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. At the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And he tacked on the extra point. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Find space on the right. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And that's a first down for the offense.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.